Hello, how are you all? Might be well and good. So you have finished your Ekam Kasuti of SS. Now it might be of English. So let's start our prose section. As you all know, textbooks are very helpful to us, and you have to do with this. Yeah, we have to go through this. So chapter 1. Before starting a chapter, the title of the chapter, Letter to God. Have you ever heard about these? Yeah, have you ever done? Yes, you are writing daily letters to God. How it can be? Because you are praying. Yeah, oh God, please give me good marks. I will give you one kilo pedas. Yeah, these are many things are there regarding this. Daily we are going. Daily we have conversation with God. In each and every type, yeah, in each and every sense, yeah, in each and every part of our life, we are direct with God. Obviously, once in a day, a person ever thinks of God, says something about God, take name. Many are there, they are connected through ever with God. But here a letter to God. What does a letter mean? Nowadays you got the facilities of smartphone, email and this all thing. But further, in earlier times of your life, there were no email, there were no mobile phone, even not telegram, yeah, even not telephones also. So people used to write letter. You can see that Post of India, yeah, Indian Post we can say. It is the largest, yeah, biggest post ever in the world. Many letters you might be having at your home also regarding your parents, yeah, something, many things are there. But here is a letter written to God. So we can say it's a prayer to God by a small farmer. A very interesting story. Let's go through it. Take out your textbooks, please. Go through the words, go through the pronunciation. No doubt I am not clear with that, but you have to be with this. Let's begin. What it is? A letter to God written by G.L. Fuentes, yeah, Fuentes. I cannot get it properly, but it's Fuentes. Before you read here, it is given on your page number 1. They say faith can move mountains. Yes. A prayer by heart can change everything. There was one I forgot. Duai Kismat Badalti. One of my good friend told me that Duai Kismat Badalti. And many times I have just gone through these all things also. Yes. Prayer can cure anything in the world. So here it is written, the first sentence. They say faith can move mountains. Faith, what does faith means? Faith, what does it mean? Faith means that you are keeping a faith on somebody. In Gujarati it is called Vishwas. In Hindi it is called Bharosa. I'm sorry to use these all words, but just let you know this thing. But what should we put our faith in? This is the question this story delicately passes. But in what we should keep faith? God comes to us. Yes, He comes in any way, in any situation. He can be, it says that He is everywhere. The Almighty God is everywhere. Lancho is a farmer who writes a letter to God when his crops are ruined, asking for 100 pesos. Does Lancho letter reach God? Does God send him the money? Think what the answer to this question would be, and guess how the story continues before you begin to read it. So guess, can we write a letter to God? Can we go through Him? And does He answer our questions? Yes, He answers. in a silent way. Everything, just a faith, you know. Faith creates all your destinies. Your destiny depends upon your faith. So here it is written somewhat about money order. So for before, now there are many systems. You can go through a particular app, app, bank app, and you can transfer amount. But further, it was not so. Here the money order system. You have to fill a form. You have to give a charge, particular small charge for a particular amount. You have to visit post office, fill up the form and send the money wherever you want in India, abroad you can send the money. In your page number 2, the whole form has been given. You can go through it. Let's start our lesson. Read it. Try to send money order to your friend and ask your friend that he also money ordered to you the same amount. Yes, it will obviously cost about 5 rupees or 10 rupees more if you are going to pay 100 or about some criteria are there regarding this thing. But try it. It will be helpful in your life. That this system, sending money, is truly worth. You can go through it. You can just try it. It's good. No doubt you are in that standard, having lots and lots of burden of math, science and other subjects. But this thing, this activity will help you to gain lots and lots of knowledge. Visit the post office. See the scenario over there. How people used to come over there. How many types of letters are there. Register ID is there. Speed post is there. Then you can get insurance also there. Post is also having their own ATM. The post is also giving you, if you have a account in post office also gives you a what we can say ATM card. So lots and lots of things are there. Somewhere in future you will be in such a condition, you will be in such a place where there is no bank, but there will be a post office. And if you want to send money or something, a parcel, you can go through the post office. So lots of scenarios are there, lots of phenomena are there in your life. Let's continue with rancho. Rancho is not rancho. Lanch. I'm sorry. From where I got this name, rancho. Might be I have I went through a movie, 3 Idiots, Rancho Ranchodas, Chachar. Go through that movie again and again. I don't know how many times I have gone through, but let's enjoy the house, the only one in the entire valley, set on the crest of a low hill. Crest means given over here, atop of the hill. A low hill, from the height one could see the river and a field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promise a good harvest. So they were taking the harvest, so they were harvesting, we can say, cotton. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. What does it mean? What does this line mean? What the earth need? Nowadays we are having rain, we can say. Earth need what? Rain, and without rain, nothing is there. Who knew his field intimately had done nothing else but see the sky toward the northeast. Now we are really going to get some water, woman. A woman, he told to a woman, we are going to get some water. The woman who was preparing supper. What does supper means? Supper means dinner. What we are having in your evening time. You might be having at a late night time also. Replied, yes, God willingly. The older boys were walking in the field while the smaller ones were playing near the house until the woman called to them all, come for dinner. It was during the meal that just as Lancho predicted that there might be rain या shower. Big drops of rain began to fall. And what was the prediction of Rancho? That rain will come, and obviously big drops of rain were fall. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. Obviously, after lots of heat of summer, whenever rain comes, your small children obviously they move towards outside to absorb something, the feeling of the rain, the coolness. And when he returned, he exclaimed, "These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are 5. So personifications come here. He personifies something, that the big drops are 10 cents pieces and the little ones are 5s. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flower draped in a curtain of rain. When what happened to his field? All the drops were falling, means a heavy rain fall over there, and the flowers they were diminished. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain very large hailstones began to fall. These truly did resemble now silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearls. So what happened? Suddenly there was a hailstorm over there, and something was falling from the sky. What was it? It was ice, and it seems like big coins. So obviously, particular this type of rain, what it does, it harms the field. "It's really getting bad now," exclaimed the man. "I hope it passes quickly." And obviously a farmer would be worried over that when he sees that his crops are being vanished or damaged. It did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the field was white as if covered with salt. So what happens? Heavy hailstorm of ice that falling from the clouds, and it all ruined his field. It was like this, that a bed sheet covered over there, white salty bed sheet on the field. Not a leaf remained on the trees. What happened? There were no even a leaf. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lancho's soul was filled with sadness. And obviously a farmer feels this, as we are facing nowadays. We are facing this time of calamity, we can say. And you can go through the news also that there is too much of losses of the farmers. So what happened? When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, what he said? "A plague of locusts wood, insects which fly big swarms, group and destroy crops," like this, "have left more than these, that if a particular type of insect might have come," as recently we have faced that a particular insect in lakhs and lakhs quantity, they ruin lots and lots of fields in Banaskantha, Mehsana and many districts, regarding Kutch district also. The same thing he told, that if the insects might have come, they might have left something, but the furious rain came over there, and the drops, they collapsed everything because of the ice, snow we can say. "The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn." Corn, you know, nowadays there is a season of corn, maize we can say. Bhutta we are eating also. That is corn. "This year we will have no corn." That night was a sorrowful one. and all our work for nothing. There is no one who can help us. We will go hungry this year. What he says in the middle of the field, a farmer, poor farmer, we can say, standing in the middle of the field and saying that there is nothing. How we will feel our stomach. Our stomachs will be empty this year. So this was the particular condition of the Lancho. A natural calamity collapsed his crops, and then what happened? There is a oral comprehension check. What did Lancho hope for? He hoped for a good rain. Then why did Lancho say the raindrops were like new coins? Because they were falling in a particular way and as after summer he needed water for his field. So he thought they were new coins. How did the rain change? What happened to the Lancho's field? The rain changed into hail form. And what happened to Lancho's field? His fields were damaged. Not a piece we can say, not a particular leaf was there regarding on the plants. What were Lancho's feelings when that hail stopped? What were his feelings? He was totally sorrowful, and he told that they have to live empty stomach in that present year, particular year we can. So there are simple answers that have been given in your textbook. Student demands, sir, please indicate answer, but I cannot make you write each and every answers. So if possible, might Chetan sir give you when the school starts. So let's go through. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope, help from God. When you are nevertheless anything, when you are too much depressed, when you are in dilemma, what happens? There is a hope. Only one thing that stands regarding us, and that is hope. Even I hope that from the next month we all be together, our school starts regularly, because there is Almighty God and He can create this thing. So there was only a thing for all and each and every member of the family, that what will be that? Only and only, nothing else than that. Only hope can do something miracle, and that hope was from God. What was the hope? Don't be so upset even though this seems like total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. And obviously these two lines are much more important. It suggests that God never make us to live hungry, sleep hungry. That is a given. But in the hearts of all lived in that solitary houses in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope, help from God. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. Obviously, underline this thing. It might be asked in your examination, this sentence, that remember, no one dies of hunger. Elaborate this sentence. Give the meaning regarding this sentence. Answer with this line, this sentence, it might come. So be little cautious about this. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger. All through the night, Lancho thought only his one hope, the help of God, and there was no way other than that any. For Lancho, what was only hope? And that was the hope of God. The help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is kept in one's conscience. So God knows everything. His eyes are open. Any false deed, any wrong things we are not doing in front of a boy of 3 or 4 years, but We are when he 4 years old, a boy or girl, we are not doing anything wrong thing. But in front of God, we are open. In front of, He knows everything. He can see every conscience. Here the word is given, every conscience. Lecho was an ox of man, working like an animal in the fields. Still, he knew how to ride. No doubt he was like an ox who used to work, in the field without any rest. So he was working too hard in his field. But there was one thing. What? That he can ride. The following Sunday at the daybreak, he began to write a letter which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. And then on the next Sunday, in breaking time, what he did, he wrote a letter and he thought he will mail this letter himself. He will go to the nearby town and he will mail this letter. And that letter was to whom? The letter was to God. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. What a lie. That God, if you will not help, then me and my family would go in hunger this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crops comes. Because the hailstorm, ... He told only he need 100 pesos to feed his family for the entire until you can say the next crops come and to get seed for the field, we can say, for the food, we can say. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, he wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still trouble went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped into the mailbox. So whenever you want to write a letter, if you are using envelope, postcard also you might have seen, then inland letter comes. Just more broad than you can see, A4 size paper is there. Inland letter, go through this thing, go through postcards, and he have written envelope. And he went to the post office, he collected stamps, he have to stick a particular stamp of something 5 paise, or 10 paise, or 5 rupees, nowadays 5 rupees, or 10 rupees. What is the distance? It regarding the distance and the weight also. That according to the weight and according to the distance you have to pay. And you have to pay in the form of stamp. You have to take the stamp, buy this stamp, and then you have to stick on the envelope, whatever cover you are having, and then you have to place it into the mail box. A particular red box is there, green box is also there. Green suggests the local post regarding a particular town or city, and red suggests that out of the town, out of the city, out of the state, out of the country, go visit once. Post office are needed in our life. So, one of the employee who was postman and also helped at the post office went to his boss, laughing heartily, and showed him the letter to God. And what happened? Rancho left. I don't know why this Rancho is in my mind. The particular Amir Khan, you can say, no doubt, superb acting by him. And that I don't know, that picture has been in my mind repeatedly. So I am going through Rancho, sorry for that. But Rancho left, and the postman who collects all the letters from the particular box, he laughingly went to his senior and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career a postman had he known that address, and any postman in the world, they don't know the address, letter to God, what to do, where to send this thing. The postmaster, a fact amiable, friendly and pleasant person, a fatty person, fellow also broke out laughing. Obviously, particularly when you get this thing, these types of thing, you obviously go through that and you think over that, yeah, what's happened. So he also was laughing, but almost immediately he turned serious and tapping the letter on his desk commented. But he was a good-hearted person, pleasant person. First of all, he started laughing, but then he recognized that something would be there, because a person who is writing a letter to God, what will be there? He pattered, he clattered, he scattered, he tapped the letter on his desk, commented. What he commented? What faith! I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter, starting up a correspondence with God. He told which type of faith it might be. Yeah, how much faith it might be towards God by a particular person that he have written. And I would like to go through the correspondence, what he have written. Yeah, what God will answer to him. This I would like to go through the correspondence with God. So, in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. Which idea? So, here it is written, so in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the Lencho writing letter to God, and now the letter comes to the postmaster, and postmaster is a very good person. He thought that I will not shake the faith, I will not break the faith of a person who is writing a letter to God. The postmaster came up with an idea. He got an answer the letter. He thought, let me answer the letter. So, in which form God help us, we don't. So what happens? But when he opened, it was evident to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill, ink and paper. But when he opened the envelope, it was more or less what? Something more than ink and paper. What was there? Because Lencho demanded 100 pesos. Not only with the ink and pen, they were writing with the ink and pen, or not only a paper, a pen, or ink is needed, but something more than that. And that was pesos. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He then declared this thing in his staff members, regarding his staff members, and told them to help. He himself gave a part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. What he started the act of charity. Now you can see that he thought he would get something, so he obliged his friend, his staff member, himself and everybody. And then it was impossible for him to get 100 pesos, so he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. So more than half of money he was able to collect and to send to the farmer, means to Lencho. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho, and with a letter containing only a single word as a signature, God. And he put some money and a letter, only it was a signature, God. Nothing else he have written. The following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was postman himself who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. So Lencho came earlier. The postman gave him envelope, and postmaster was watching him that what will be the contentment of the fellow or the farmer or the poor person, what it might be. Lencho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. Such was his confidence. He has lots of faith in God, lots of confidence in God. So what happened? He didn't show any type of expression regarding, because lots of faith was towards God. So such was his confidence, but he became angry when he counted the money. Now he became angry on God. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. He was angry because God was mistaken, because he didn't get the particular amount of money. So he told, he cannot just deny also. God cannot deny. Why should God deny? God has everything. Everything is of God. Then immediately Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. On the public writing table, he started to write, and after receiving this thing, a particular type of only little sum of money, he was angry and he got a piece of paper, pen, and he started to write God. With much wrinkling of his brows were wrinkling, caused by the effort to make to express his idea. He was thinking to express his idea. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp, which he lit and then affixed to the envelope. And he took the envelope. Again, he took the stamp, licking with the tongue. He struck it, and with blow of his fist. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to it, opened it. It said, God. What was there in the letter? What he wrote? It was written, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reach me. God, I have asked 100 pesos and only 70 pesos have reached me. Send me the rest, since I need it very much. Send me the rest, send me the remaining part of the money. You can say amount, send me the 30 cents. But don't send it through the mail, to me through the mail, because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks, Lencho. So what did he do? The postmaster, his whole staff, his friend, everybody contributed to a charity to Lencho. Lencho didn't know it. So he wrote to God that send me the 30 pesos, but don't send into mail, through mail we can say, because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Means they are idiot one. They are not good one. And then he wrote Lencho. So this was the lesson regarding our, we can say, first lesson. A letter to God, superb story of lots and lots of faith towards God, and a particular poor fellow, he don't know that who has done charity to him. So you can go through the exercise. You have to write the whole exercise compulsory in your book. Anytime I can ask for checking. If school started, I will not do this thing, but go through it. It's a part of your educational life. If you have any doubt regarding anything, please contact me. Thank you very much.